Hi everyone, my name is Kimposter, and in this video I'm going to be talking about how BPD can make you feel so alone even when you're surrounded by a lot of people. Even when you're craving the intimacy that you need and want because you're a human being, you can feel totally alone when your BPD lens starts to kick in and when those gremlins, what I call BPD gremlins, start talking to you and telling you very negative things about yourself. So this is something that happened to me recently that I want to kind of rant about. So I recently went to a bonfire with around like 9 people, and it was out in the open. I wasn't scared of getting COVID, and I felt good about it. So I decided to go and get my social interactions in. I was actually going stir crazy at home. I wanted to leave the house for a little bit. So I was like, wow, is this what extroverts and people who don't have BPD feel? Because suddenly I want to be around everyone, and this is interesting. So when I actually hung out with them, I had a good time, but like I said, there is so many triggering moments that anytime I feel good, there is a bad triggering thought that comes in to negate that good feeling. So it's a mixture of negative and positive experiences when I'm interacting with people. And you could say that, yeah, a lot of people deal with that, but I think when you have borderline, there is an extreme case of that because so much of your identity and how you view yourself is depicted by how you think others view you, because we don't really have that structured foundational sense of self, so that can make things feel like there's a bigger risk in it if somebody doesn't like us. Because if we think someone doesn't like us, we think that our identity is that we are a bad person, versus just thinking, oh, she may not like me. I don't have her sense of humor. That's okay. She doesn't like me. That's fine. Or that's okay. She's not compatible with the way that I joke around. That's fine. To me, it's not fine. To me, I think that it means I'm lame, it means I'm awkward, and that is a label that I put on myself in that moment. And I guess it is kind of a trauma response, the response of fight or flight. I think in that moment I'm experiencing flight, where I want to avoid people, which is such a huge contrast to how I felt 30 minutes before going to the party. Like, I was so amped to see people, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, let me avert my eyes and not talk to anyone, because then the more I talk to them, there's an opportunity for them to find me uninteresting or boring or too much or too provocative, etc., etc. A lot of trauma comes from not feeling like I'm not accepted, and I just assume that that's going to happen. But I'm learning that if I continue to just go with the flow of the conversation and see where the relationship goes, check the facts. What I like to do is check the facts. Like, when I noticed that my friend was not laughing at a joke that I said, and my mind goes, oh, she thinks you're boring. She thinks that you're weird and stupid. I check the facts and say, well, did she literally say that? No, she didn't. Can I read her mind? No, I can't. And it helps to label these, what do you call them, cognitive distortions, because then you can just like write them off and say, oh, this is something that my mind does, and it's playing tricks on me right now. I have a tendency to go down this path of believing that I can see what other people are thinking, but the fact is that I can't. It's just a mindfuck, really, and it's all about battling those BPD gremlins, and not so much in a way where you're beating them up, but where you're accepting them and kind of not really babying them, but treating them like this pet that you need to tame a little bit. Like, yeah, it's going to be there. Your BPD thoughts are going to be at the corner of your mind, but you don't have to spend so much time punching them in the face and trying to wrestle with them. You can actually tame them to sit down in the corner. They're going to grumble and growl, but you don't have to let them run the show. I guess to look on the bright side of having BPD, I get to be introspective. I get to learn about myself and have a sensitivity for others, because I know what it feels like to be sensitive myself. So that's a bright side to having BPD. I mean, I can't control that I have it, so why the fuck not try to look at it in a positive way? I'd say the biggest and most positive thing that BPD has given me is the ability to be introspective about myself, have great insight about others, and it's just a matter of being well enough to communicate that insight and connect to others the way that I want to instead of letting my low self-esteem get in the way. So I'm really going to commit myself to just getting my self-esteem up there so that conversations are less awkward, I guess. And yeah, I do feel good that I went to this bonfire. I feel good that like I said, keep my relationships alive. And I'm just going to end the video on this good note. So if you guys want to be pen pals, just let me know. And don't forget to leave a comment down below to let me know that you enjoyed this video. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.